All right, I'm at a home that's for sale up here in North Scottsdale. It's kind of the Troon area, and there's a lot of things that need to get fixed for this home. So I'm gonna walk you through the home and we'll take a look at the items that we went through with Bridget and Tiffany. So Tiffany is the listing agent on this property. So let's turn the camera around and we'll go through the house really quick and see what needs to be fixed. Okay, the first thing, this light is broken, so that light is the other one. So we're gonna maybe try to find one that is already at another house because I don't know if we're gonna find an exact same one like that, and we wanna get the HOA approval on it. So we're gonna go in the front door here. And there's a south garage over there. And then over here, there is a north garage. We're gonna go to those in a second. All right. Let's get to it. The first thing is up here in the ceiling, there's some signs of water damage. So we can put some kills, paint over that, maybe get a color sample and try to get that matched up and get that concealed. Over here, there might be a shutoff valve that needs to get replaced right here. They said that sink was slow draining, but we turned down the valves and you turn both of these on and it drains perfectly fine. Over here, there's a bedroom on the right and a bedroom on the left. And there is this pedestal sink in here. There is a crack right there. I'll show you that crack. It won't leak onto the floor, but it is a cosmetic. Well, it's structural for that because it'll leak down to the safety overflow. That crack will leak to this part right there. But I can give an estimate to see what a new pedestal sink would run. Over in this bathroom, a couple of things. One is this shower head. It leaks right up there, so we're going to take that off, put some Teflon tape on it. Hopefully the plastic isn't cracked on that, and we'll get that fixed. The other part was this door, exterior door right here. There's a jamb that has some drywall damage, or wood damage. We fill that with Bondo, paint it, make it look good and beautiful, and get that fixed up. So there's the backyard. All right, so the Jack and Jill's on the left there. I mean, the bedroom on the left and bedroom on the right. I guess we'll go into the garage here and talk about the water heater platform. So in here, there was a few cosmetic things. If we're gonna repair the water heater platform, there's a few things we might want to touch up, like just some drywall scuffs and the back of this door, which I'll get to in a second. So there's a crack right there, crack right there, crack right there. And the main thing is this water heater platform, signs of damage right here. So if we compound that and put the texture on it and fill it up and make it look beautiful. We'll check these valves at the shut-off valves and make sure they're all clean. The other garage showed signs of corrosion, so we're gonna get to that in a second. So outside here on this garage door, it's a wood panel. So what we can do, and this is the north facing, so it doesn't get direct sun, whereas those panels over there are not wood and they get a lot of sun damage to them. But this one, for some reason, we can sand this and paint this up and get this taken care of so it looks a lot prettier. You can see it's just this bottom panel. We'll check that other panel on top of that, but anyhow, this panel can get painted. So, all right, we'll cruise back into the house here. All right, so I guess we'll head to the kitchen. Well, the main thing right here is this window right here has fogging in it and it hasn't been finished. This window, you can definitely see the fogging. The problem is it has a vertical centerpiece, so let's pull that out, get a new window, frame it in, and get it stucco and patched up on the exterior because the exterior hasn't been finished. Okay, so here in the kitchen, there is power to this switch, but when you hit this switch right here for the garbage disposal, it doesn't turn on. I did press the reset button on the bottom of the garbage disposal, so it's just right underneath there, and nothing happened. I pulled this out and plugged into the other one, nothing happened. So I think the garbage disposal is shot because the reset button was tripped, so it's not showing any signs of life. So we'll get another garbage disposal in there, and it looks like a Badger 100 or a Badger 500, depending on Lowe's or Home Depot, but there's the model number, and it's just a normal garage or garbage disposal. All right, on to the vent. All right, let's show you here. So you hit this button and the vent slowly goes up, but what's happening is the motor inside, the fan motor inside here, must hit against something in here. So this panel can get taken off. See the screw there on the side? So we're gonna take that butt off. So here, you hear that? So we click, 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 click. And then when you hit it down, once it gets to the down and that motor stops spinning, it clicks again. So we're gonna take that panel off, find out what's rubbing it. There it is, we wanna eliminate that sound. All right, underneath this sink, so there's signs of damage on the bottom platform right here. So it's real common. What we do is we take that out, put plywood down, reinforce it with a 2x4 on its side that's ripped to the right height, then put a white vinyl cover over the top of that. And it's caulked, and a little trim piece put around the edge. So it makes it a little beautiful and white down there. So all of that gets repaired. So get an estimate for that. And I guess continuing, yeah, I just talked about the garbage disposal, yeah. All right, continuing this way. Oh, my notes. I'm gonna go outside in a second. All right, let's continue on the interior. All right, so there's a jam missing here, and I missed it on the other side. There's a jam strike plate missing on the other one. This door rubs right up at the top. So right here, it's rubbing. So usually what I do is I put a shim, a couple of shims on the hinges this way. So what happens is the door goes like this, and it stops rubbing. So let me look at the gap. But anyhow, at worst case scenario, I can plane the edge of the door and fix that, but we can fix that so that door closes nicely. All right, on this back of the water linen closet, or what do you call it? The dryer laundry basin area. So usually there's a white trim plate that covers this, and it hides this deformed paint, you know, that might have bubbled at one point from something spraying. But we'll get a white plate and put it over the top of this, and it'll make that look perfect. All right, so that's the laundry room. On to the master. All right, so it'd be nice to move this to the garage and move that to the garage to open this room up. So as you can see, you know, with the windows open, let me switch the angle here. A TV there makes you like, where do you put a TV? So let's hide it in the garage. You don't have to worry about it. You could put a TV over here, but we can get to that later. The other thing is this right here. There's a little cracking right there. So if we fill that with caulking and try to paint this the same color, we'll get rid of that and seal it off. It's more of a cosmetic thing, but it shows that it's cracked. Also, we might want to put something right here, like a gate with a composite wood or a fern or something to hide that outside exterior condenser. You have this beautiful view, and then you see a condenser right there. So, all right, on to the bathroom. All right. So this is the other thing. So when you turn the water on, unfortunately, whoever did this shower pan did not slope this really well. So right here, the water puddles and the drain is a little higher. So one thing we can do is remove these tiles right in that low area and put a different color tile, maybe a lighter tan or something, and lower this drain, you know, a 1/4 of an inch. And so basically new tiles in here. We could try to match up these tiles. This is a pretty common tile, but that would be grinding out that and lowering that area. All right, so that's one thing that's in the bathroom. The other thing is this closet, this linen closet. See if we can get a light on here. There we go. This hinge is at an angle, and if it's already at an angle, it won't allow this to shut. As you can see, there's a gap right here. It does push close, but it just doesn't want to go naturally, because maybe if we loosen this one and tighten that screw, that might fix it. I'm not sure, or it might be already at its maximum, but we see what we can do to fix that and get those to shut the whole way. I'll turn that light off. All right. Oh, I got the fan on. There we go. All right, so that's what's up with the master. Grab my notes here. All right. And along here in this garage, there was a light that's out as you step down. So it could be just as simple as a bulb, but it was called out to get that working. And then over here on top of the water heater, some corrosion on top of the tank there. So we can clean that up and see if there's a water leak. Otherwise, it temporarily leaked and stopped. So that's hopefully the case. Interesting to note, the recirculating pump is off right there and there. I do install timers for this so they're not running 24/7, but the hot water recirculating pump is off right at the moment. And that gas line, we can clean that up too. There is some cosmetic damage on the bottom of these windows that can get cleaned up. It was called out if I can open this. You know, it was just this bottom right here. The other window's a little worse than this window, but that's just a cosmetic thing that can get touched up real easily. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off and then we'll go to the backyard. All right, here we are at the backyard. Okay, so there's these 4 plants along the back wall that need to get buried and they need a drip line. So if we put in, see this? You already got an anti-siphon device right here, and it comes down and there's a shutoff valve. So what if we continued this line into the ground with a timer box so we can program it, go right here and then through that drain line and put the drip line out there and then tee it to those plants so we can get those plants irrigated. So incidentally too, the pool valve, this is the shut off the water to the pool fill. So it is leaking right there. You can see, and I can feel it. It's wet. So we need to fix that shut off valve. But that's a great place to run a sprinkler or a drip line for the plants in the backyard. And it's easy. We don't have to dig up any cement. We just run the drip line through there, over to there, tee it both ways, and those plants can get watered. All right, so we're heading this way, and around the corner here, there's a gate, and it doesn't completely shut, so we need to tighten the spring on it so it shuts completely. I'll take the lock here, so you can see it just doesn't latch. So we can tighten that spring right there, whatever it is, right there, and that should fix that problem. All right, so this hose spigot, I guess we need to replace, so we'll swap that out with a new one and get a new hose spigot. Additionally, we're doing exterior work. We should paint that, get rid of the discoloration right there. On the refrigerant lines in the backyard here, you can see the copper line. So we need to put some new foam around that. And then what I like to do is put metallic tape around the foam so it's double protected. So that needs to get done on maybe both outside air condensers. That line down there looks pretty new. Zoom in on that. Right there, that looks pretty new. So that doesn't need it. All right, we'll go back around here. And there were a couple of lights that needed to get new bulbs, I believe, on the back patio here. Oh, incidentally, if this is a low area right here, this drain, we could move this gravel over to that area, lower this drain, so this is the lowest part rather than right there. So basically, we distribute the gravel here to right there and make that a little lower so that is a proper drainage area rather than a puddle right there. So, oh yeah, so here's the outside of these windows. You can see they're unfinished. So we just basically need to order a replacement window and get that framed in, as well as this one right here, and finish this outside stucco area. So you can see it's just wood boards right there right now. And get that fixed. So these lights, I guess, don't work, so we need to either see if it's electrical. It's probably just the bulbs, so we'll get that replaced. And boy, I think that's about it. So I think I covered everything. It's a great view right there. So all right, I'll put an estimate together and we'll see what this runs. All right, we're looking at replacing this window here. It's 72 wide by 95.5 tall, and it has a bronze rubbed oil metal framing on it. The other one is 61. Let's see, this window right here. So this is 61 inches wide by 95.5 also, same as the height as the other one, but 61 wide. And let me take the end to show you the framing on that. You can see it's like a bronze color. So we'll get that ordered or estimated and see what it costs. Okay, so the other things that I forgot looking at my notes is the condensation pan up in the attic. Apparently there's signs of rust on it. So what we like to do is clean that up. I spray it with a black leak seal, which basically rubberizes the condensation pan, and it makes it look awesome up there. At the same time, I can look up for any other rafter leaks, but sometimes the rafters have stains on them when they built the house or the roof got repaired, so in certain areas. So we'll look into that, but mainly it's the condensation pan getting all cleaned up in the attic.